Yesterday we were in Matthew 28. It's interesting that you would go to Genesis 28. I think Jacob fits right into place here. But Jacob goes to sleep. Hear me now. And in the same chapter, 28 of Matthew, around the same verse, Jesus says, please don't go to sleep. You have to know Jacob and Jesus is in alignment on today, because the sun on Jacob went down, but the sun on the disciples are standing in front of him. You got to know God never sleeps on you. Even while you're sleeping because you're tired, that God stays awake and keeps watch for you. You got to know he's never out of place, that you would ever be out of grace. And on tonight, I got to tell you that he says, I want you to not sleep, but watch and pray. I was wondering about that, and I was saying to myself, my God, how can you do two opposites polarly in the same place, not just in different settings consecutively? There's association, but there's a division. Because I'm asked to pray and keep my eyes closed, but he's telling me to stay awake and watch, keep my eyes open. And I wonder about the connotation that we take in the word pray and watch. I know watch to be something that is an action word, but it's also a noun. You don't know what I'm talking about? Watch is something that you can do, but it's something you can wear. I know that you have to be mindful of the time of who you pray with. See, a lot of the times we'll put ourselves in bad spaces to believe everybody has our best interest in mind. But if you look at the time, how much time do they spend with you? How much time do they devote to you? How many times have they turned their back on you and are showed up for you? If you put into perspective, not into the perplex of the chapters of being in Genesis when God calls you to be in Matthew, if you look at the time, how many times have you shown up for them only to return the phone call, to a no answer service, to a voicemail, to a text back in response, I can't talk to you right now? If we look at the time, not in digression, but in reverse, going from Matthew to Genesis, I need to know, do you set on me? There's something that you do with a watch, every one that you get. Doesn't matter if it's Apple, if it's Samsung, if it's Rolex, or if it's a Timex from the dollar store. You got to know that when you get it, the time is already set, but you have to reset it. I know Jacob says, I'm going to sleep because I'm tired.
That's right.
Everything that's in me is exerted. I've lost energy. I'm tired. But when Jesus comes in, the disciples are exhausted, but he tells them it's not time yet. You got to know that their time for sleeping may come, but not on you. You got to know everybody who comes to you is connected to you for a reason. And if you have the privilege of being next to me, you have the privilege of knowing, you have the privilege of being able to text you, then you got to know that you require something different of everybody that's connected to you, not because of you, but because of the time that's on you. That the time stamp causes you to be conscious of your time, because it's not on your hand, it's on the enemy's hand. He says, I need you to keep watch, but I need you to pray. You got to know that the old folk used to say, baby, you good at praying, but in this season you gonna face some enemies. I need you to watch and pray. No, we ascribe many of our trials, our tests, our defeating moments contributed to the enemy. But can I tell you, a lot of the times, it's the people that you sit with that's the enemy of you. Because while you're praying for them, Bible says to watch and pray, because they're praying on you. You got to know that he says, I need you to look at the time. Watch. Because many times they'll hold your hand and waste your time. While you're praying that they work out, they're praying on you failing. You gotta watch who you're connected to. I'm talking about being in relationships that gain you nothing but wasted time. Watch your time. You gotta be able to know jobs that are just using you for your gift and your skill, but never promote you. You gotta watch your time. You gotta watch it, because he says the one thing you have to give an account for beyond your words is what do you do with your idle time. And know that the enemy is out here not to steal your car, not to take your man. He's not out here trying to get your Rolex nor your garbage can. But the enemy wants your time. That they'll join your life just to waste it. That they'll call you just to kill it. That they'll come and date you and be with you and lay with you just to take it. You gotta know your time is precious. Your time is the one thing, is the one asset that you cannot get back. And God says, please don't go to sleep, because I need you to be wide awoke for what I'm about to tell you. At my hands, I'm watching you, because sometimes I realize my greatest enemy is the friend next to me, holding hands with me. In the cup is whose hand, who betrays me. It's Peter, Judas, and the disciples. That's the enemy. You gotta look at people for what they are and who they are. And when they tell you what time it is, watch it. Watch my time.